All right, so welcome back again. So someone
Yeah,
was,
Zature.
yes,
Our last class,
yes,
there was regarding when you were plotting that graph to find the equilibrium.
yes.
Yes, there was a person left, so you said it was just an assignment. Is it an assignment to be submitted or?
Assignments, yes, assignments are always, assignment has to be submitted. So like, I don't know whether we had a discussion. I don't know whether you witnessed it, that just do it and keep it in handy. What I mean by in handy, just keep it. Wednesday I can tell you that Thursday you will submit it. You understand? So let's,
No, I'm, I'm not aware.
okay, so just do it, just do the assignment before Tuesday to be on the safer side, because I can ask, I will talk with the class rep. I can tell you to submit to, I think all of you know Ahmed. So you can submit to him, then I will pick it from him. Or you can even submit to the class rep. It's a
Has the
possibility.
assignment been sent or
Has the assignment been?
sent?
Mr.
I did,
Ture,
yes.
why not you give us another assignment? Because most of us are not having that question.
But you can have it, you understand? I think the video recordings are there. I think I talked about it. You can get the, my
On
bad,
YouTube?
yeah, my bad I didn't upload it, which I will do today or tomorrow, you know.
Okay.
But let's, I don't
Mr.
know
Today.
whether I take that from you or not. Please do it.
Yes, we will. We will do it.
So
Mr.
someone
Today.
wants to talk.
Yes, I'll try. I think I have the question with me, so I'll try as much as possible to share it.
Okay, share it in the WhatsApp group. You are in the group, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No problem. So that solves our problem. So you still have up to Tuesday. If Tuesday is not enough, I can even push to Wednesday. I don't like to make life difficult for people. I can push it up to Wednesday. So today you are busy, after you are free after this class. You have Sunday, nothing happened, no classes. You have Monday. That is just like a 5 minutes walk or 10.
Sir,
Uh-huh.
sorry, if possible, if you can send it before tomorrow, because tomorrow is a free day to people like me. So if you should wait till Monday, we can be busy because
Okay.
other lectures, other lectures will be coming by our way.
Don't stress yourself over this assignment, but let's try to do it, and because like normally assignments are key, they are important because over time as a lecturer, where students have make a lot of mistakes. So you want to give them a shot to see,
Sure.
so in a sense, I mean, to see how they will perform relative to what other students did before. So the one who will volunteer, hopefully he's hearing us, yeah, he will send it today or tomorrow.
I think it's best if the person should send it today because
He's volunteering, so we ask him, let's hope, huh? Because it's a objective of, sorry, it's the responsibility of everyone to be in that class and get that assignment. So he was there, now
of
he's
course I was also there, but the problem was
uh-huh.
I didn't take note of that assignment that you were talking about.
So how did you miss it? Anyway, so he will help us and send it today. He will help us, hopefully.
Okay.
Mr. Ture,
Yes.
yeah, it's the assignment you mentioned it. You said you will do it as assignment. Then you said let's solve it.
You know what? The assignment is cancelled, but if you do it, it's good for you. Please, you don't need to submit it to me.
Okay,
All right.
sir.
So let's march on. And
Mr. Alvin, I'm confused. Are you saying that the assignment you cancel it now?
you don't need to submit it to me, but if you do it, it's good for you.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So let's move on and where we even stop. There was someone who asked that to go back. I think she was writing, but you can get the writing from the recorded audio, the recorded videos once I upload it on the YouTube. Okay. All right. So let's move on and try to graph it. Then if we have time, we'll move to another interesting model. We call it, this is what normally we do at those who are doing policy making, central bank and others. So we will see some interesting models after this one. Okay, so let's try to graph, we are at the tail end of the problem. So we have two markets. Remember? Yes.
The first one that you gave was that these people are saying it was an assignment, right?
Yeah.
So that one, it was an incomplete work that we started. So I guess you gave us the first one, assignment.
I will give you assignment. I have to give you assignment because they have to be graded. You understand? Yeah. And I will give you another assignment. So what I'm trying to do, I want to complete linear, the chapter for linear equation. So once I complete everything, you will have, in fact, you will be angry with me because I'll give you a lot of assignments.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So that we forget about what these people are saying. So that when we complete this, we get it as a whole. Or if that is possible.
Yeah, so that one I just said do it. You don't need to submit it. But there will be.
Yes, but I was telling you.
No problem. No problem.
Okay. So we can forget about submitting on Tuesday or Wednesday. Then we give another one.
You just log in, right?
Yes. Sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I said that, so you don't have to submit it. But if you do it, it will be good for you.
Okay.
All right. So let's move on. So we have good one, and then we have good two. So now we are looking at to graph them. Okay. So here we have my graphs are always horrible. Let me see how I can make this. Okay. So we have supply, then we have demand. So let's focus on good one first. So here, where they intersect, we call it equilibrium. So for right. So for good one, I think the quantity was 5, right? And the price was what? Was it 4?
The price
4,
was
right?
4. Yes.
All right. So now let's pay attention to here. Just focus on what I will be saying, because we need to find this. And we need to find this. We need to find this, and we need to find this. So here, obviously, this is our equilibrium point. So to find this, we can restate. So here, we said that our quantity demanded. I don't know why these things is echoing. Don't know why.
It's because others, their mics are on. That's why everything is equal. But if everybody mute their mic, everything.
Lord, I don't know how many times I will be seeing this. Okay. Let me try and mute all. Oh, okay. So, okay. So our demand for good one is 10 minus, please let's pay attention, plus P2, while the quantity supplied for good one was minus 3 plus 2P1. So this is quantity, and here is what? Price. So remember, who will give a shot to find what will be the value here? Who will give a try? All right, so let me do. So here, what does that mean is the Q-intercept. So what it is, when we say Q-intercept, we are asking if the prices are zero. If the prices are zero, what will be the quantity demanded? Remember, this is the quantity demanded. So if this price here, if this is zero, and this is zero, so the quantity demanded will be how much?
It's 10.
So here will be 10. That is our Q-intercept.
Yep.
Do any different view? So what we mean here, always what this means is here, this point is telling you that if price is zero here, the price is both P1 and P2, what will be the quantity demanded? So what you do, you substitute zero here, and you find this quantity demanded.
Mm-hmm.
So for here also, what it means,
You substitute
here we
zero
have,
in it.
exactly. So for here, it's telling you if quantity demanded is zero, and this P2 also is zero,
yes,
what will be the price? So to find here,
you have to translocate the minus 2P.
exactly. So at the end of the day, in fact, how we find it is simple. Let me put it here for benefit of others. So what we are saying, if quantity is zero, remember we are using this equation. If this quantity is zero, that's why we put zero here, equals to 10 minus what? Remember here, this is P1, the price, P1, and this is quantity 1. So we are saying that the price is what? Price, we are finding the P-intercept, so it will not be zero. But this P2, it will be zero because we don't want to have the impact. We are assuming this P2 is constant. So we also said it's zero. So all what will happen is very simple. So these are constant. This minus 2P can come here. This zero, there is no need to bring it, but I will just do it for demonstration's sake. So we will bring this here. It's minus, it will be 2P1. So it will be 10 plus 0. This will be minus 0. So it will be what? 2P1 equals to 10. So at the end of the day, P1 will be what? 5, not so. So here will be 5. So remember, this is a demand curve. That's why we are dealing with this until we find the both P-intercept, which is 5. And then we have the Q-intercept, which is 10. Now we are focusing on the supply side. So supply side, you do similar thing. So you ask yourself, for the here is what Q-intercept. What Q-intercept means that if price is 0, so we ask ourselves if this P is 0, what will be the quantity supply?
3.
Not 3. Minus 3.
It's minus 3, yes.
So if you say 3, I will just put it here. So it's minus 3, huh? So you will realize that finding Q-intercept is very easy, but finding P-intercept is always a problem here in this model. So if we want to find here, that is the P-intercept, what we will ask, we said that if this quantity is 0, what will be the price? So we have minus 3 plus 2P1, right? So we want to find
The
P1.
price will be minus 3 over 2.
Exactly. So what we will find is simple. It's either we move 3 here, this one remains to get rid of the positive, a negative rather. So this will come here.
The price,
It will be 0 plus.
the price is 3 over 2.
Exactly.
Yes, positive.
So this
Thank you
will be
very
3,
much.
2P1. So we want to find, the goal is to find this. So you divide. So our P1 will be, that is the price intercept.
1.5.
You understand?
Which
Or
is 1.5.
1.5 or 3 or over 2, depending on whether you like fraction or decimal, 1.5. So we have this.
I believe, sir, when it comes to graph, we prefer to use decimal, because if you use fraction, it's going to be more complicated for others like me.
Is it Tyru talking?
Mohammed Kande.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it's something. Anyways, so whatever you use is still okay, whether fractions or decimals. So we have this. Now you are done. You do similar thing for good 2. Then we are done. So I'm not going over what I did here. What I did here exactly is what you will have to do also for good 2. So all what you need, we have this, then we have this. This here, the price of good 2 and the quantity demanded of good 2. So the equilibrium here, I think was 7, right? Then here we have 3. So you go on and find this, you find this, you find this, and this. You use the same procedure. So if you do, here you will have something like, I think, 5 over 2, if you understand. That will give you 2.5, something like that. So you can find that. That can also be an assignment for you. You don't submit it to me. You understand? I have a question bank of assignments. So when I'm ready, I will give you those things. So we have this. So this is our equilibrium. So how we got these answers is the same procedure you use to get these intercepts. So this is it. So you will see that good 2 is in equilibrium here. You understand? We can do a lot of economic analysis here, but this is what the course required us to do. So I will stop here. But we can go further and do a lot of analysis, trying to sift this supply curve and sift this demand curve. You understand? You know, looking at many factors. But this is what is required of us when it comes to 2 commodity model. So if you have a question, you can ask, or if you want to comment or add something that can benefit the class, you are welcome. If not, we can move to a new topic. Are we together? All right. So everything is explained perfectly, or you don't have any question?
Mr. Ture,
Yes.
can you please go back on the group 2? Group 2, sorry.
Good too. Okay. So do you want me to explain it, or you have a question there?
Yeah, explain, please.
Okay. So good 2 is the same thing. It's similar thing. You understand? It's the same. If you know how we sketch good 1's graph, you use the same concept. So first you have your this, you draw your nice graph, not like mine. So you have your demand, price of the good 2, and the quantity demanded of good 2. So we have something here. This is the supply. This is the demand curve. So where they intersect, here we have calculated this saving. I hope everyone knows where we got this saving. then we have 3. So obviously this is P-intercepts. This is Q-intercept for the demand curve. So this is P-intercept for the supply curve, and this is Q-intercept for the supply curve. So how are you going to calculate this? You use the same thing. So the quantity demanded, if we go back, you can use your quantity demanded for these goods. Good 2, we have that the quantity demanded of good 2 is given as, we have it 5, right? Plus 2P1 minus 2P2, and the quantity supplied for good 2 is given as minus 2 plus 3P2. So here, if you want to find it, what it means, we call it Q-intercept, you know, that or quantity intercept. What it means, you have to ask yourself, if price is 0, if prices are 0, that is, if these prices are 0, if this is 0, and this is 0, what will be the quantity, this quantity? Obviously, it will be 5, not so. So here you will have 5 here. So the price intercept, what it means, if the quantity is 0 and the price, this P1, remember we are in good 2. So if this is 0 and this is 0, what will be the price? Just like what we did here. So it's so obvious. What you will do here will be 0 is equals to, this is 5. But remember that we said P1 is 0, just like what we did for the in good one market. So this is P1. So if P1 is 0, it will be 2 times 0, that will give you 0. Then we will have what? 2 over P2. Sorry, 2 times P2 rather. So at the end of the day, we can bring this here. It will be, this is minus. So it will be 2 P2 equals to 5. So we are finding P2. So P2 will be what? 5 over 2. So your this P-intercept will be nothing but 5 over 2, which will give you 2 point something, 2.5. So we have that. So you do similar thing, you'll come and use this. You ask yourself, you want to know if price is 0, what will be quantity supply? So here will be minus 2. That is this one. It will be this minus 2. Then this one also, you calculate that one. You ask yourself, if quantity is 0, what will be the price? So that's it. So I hope that answers your questions.
Yeah, answer.
All right. So we have 15 more minutes. I want to start a brief topic, a topic that is very, a topic that I worked on, you know, as a researcher, is national income determination. You know, like you hear about GDP. But before that, do you anyone, if you have a question, you can still ask before I move on, if there is any question. Okay, so that's bring us to the end of, remember, we are still on the linear equation. So these are just the applications of linear equation in economics or something like that. So maybe we will see some few business application as well for the business people. All right, so now this is another chapter, understand, but on the linear equations. And is what? National income. I'm sure you have heard about national income a lot. National income. So we want to know how national income is determined. Okay, national income, you can also see it as a GDP. I think we all heard about GDP, right? You either heard it or you did not. So which group do you belong to?
We did.
We did.
Okay. So how do we determine GDP? So just see this national income as what? GDP. So when we talked about national income, it's nothing but But before I do that, let me use simple diagram. We are not going to do a lot today on this, but let's try to get the intuition behind what do we mean by GDP or national income, something like that. So, like, households or consumers or workers, you understand? So household is just the people, you understand? The people you find in every compound, they are the households. So then we have farms, or producers or sellers, you understand? So we have, first, let's assume, the assumption is in the economy, we have two groups of people or two sectors. We have household and the farms, you understand? So we have like buyers and sellers, you understand? So this household, they supply something to the farms. And who knows this something?
Money.
Yes, they supply raw materials.
Exactly. They supply raw materials. And what?
Unfinished.
Nope. They supply raw materials. But the most important thing is what? Labor. Human beings, like, we supply labor to the farms. Like, they hire you, you are supplying your labor to that particular organization, not so. They also supply, maybe they also rent their lands, you understand? And also they give capital, they rent their capitals to these farms. So this is what flows from household. So from household, we have these flows. But when the household supply this to the farms, in return, the farms, they have to pay them. For what?
Finish good.
Yeah, finished goods.
Exactly. They pay them, like, let's say labor is wages. So rent, for land, you have to pay rent and capital interest.
Unfinished good.
Exactly. We will come to that when you look at the broader flow, you understand? So this is the simplest, so how things flows between households and farm. So when you total everything, the total of all these wages, rents, and interest is what we call national income. I think this is the best definition. It's far better than just defining it. So we call this national income, or in another word, GDP. That is gross domestic product. So when we talked about national income, it just represents, it's a flow of incomes. It's just a flow of income. So what you are seeing is their income. Their incomes to the household. So when you aggregate all of them, then you have what you call national income, not one income, but national income, or approximately GDP of a country. So our job here is how do we determine this national income? This is what we will be looking at here, but mathematically. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So when the household, when they receive this income or national income, they spend it in two ways. And what are these two ways? So when you receive, if you work for an organization, you receive your income, you spend it in two ways. And these two ways are what?
I think savings, I think.
Yeah, saving. You either consume it or save it, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
So
yes.
when you receive your income, you either consume it or save it. So national income, normally we represent it with letter Y. So we can say that national income, you either consume it or you save it. So you see how this equation comes about. So the Y there is the national income. So this national income that flow from farms to household, you either consume it, that is C, that is consumption, or you save it. So next class, this is what we are going to, this equation will be very, very important. And this is what we are going to look. So I hope you have, at least you have a glimpse of what I'm trying to put across.
Sure.
All right, we will end the lectures here. And I will try to send you more, I will send you another materials by God's grace today or tomorrow, and I will upload the last class lectures before this one as well. So if you don't have any question, comment, we can call it a day.
Mr. Turi.
Yes.
The notes we the lectures we just have before you bring this national. Do you have you sent the notes for that one?
No. So I will combine them and send to you people.
Oh, okay, sir.
Yeah. Let's be quick a bit. We are running out of time. This will soon go off. If you have a question, you can ask, comment, or anything.
We're good. We're good.
We're good. Great. We're good. So see you next Saturday, and have a nice weekend, all of you, and take care.
Thank you.
All right.
Stay good.